so let's hop right on into this. So I used 7 packs of hair. I used 5 of the 1B and 2 of the TP 1B30, this jam, this crochet needle. Let's get it popping. So what I did, I'm starting out on freshly washed and conditioned and blow dried hair. You don't have to blow dry your hair. I just decided to because it was a little bit easier for me to part out my sections and do my braiding. So what I'm doing now, I'm going in with the Carol's Daughter. I'll put the name of it on the screen. I can't remember. It's a Carol's Daughter moisturizer. Just to make sure my hair is super moisturized, I went in with the jam at the base of the hair just to kind of flatten it, to give it a more of a sleek look. Parted out my edges because I'm trying to have edges when I take these locks out. Okay, I went through and I just braided halfway down and just twisted the rest of the hair because I was in the mood to braid all the way to the end, and it's not really necessary to do that. So y'all see, just parted out the hair. I'll put how many sections I put on the screen because baby, I don't forgot to count. But this was actually the next day because the hair took forever to come. FREETRESS, count your days. Okay, but these are my braids. And this is the hair. This is the 1B pack of hair. The 1B has 18 pieces of hair. The hair comes in like these separate pieces. You're gonna see me pull it apart. I use 2 pieces per lock, depending on how thick you want the hair. You could use 1, but it just depends on how thick you want the hair. I kind of wanted mine medium thick, so I used 2. So now here's the process. I went in, I pushed the crochet needle through the base of the hair. Then I went in and where the hair is naturally looped, right here where you guys can see, you're going to put that loop into the latch of the crochet needle. Bing, bang, boom, just like that. You see me? Then you're going to close the latch. Make sure you close this. If you don't, it will snag your hair and it will pull, and it's just not a good feeling. Then you're just going to take, so now you have 4 legs. So now you're just going to take 2 of those legs, hold on to it, and then you're going to use the latch to pull the other 2 through the hair. So you're threading the extension hair through your natural hair, through the root. You feel me? You with me still? All right. So now you've created the base of the lock. I find this method more secure than the braiding method because I feel like it was just going to slide out. So now I went through and I separated the hair, just a tidbit. Don't separate all the way to the end, just because it'll make it a little bit harder for you to wrap the hair up when you're finished with the lock. So now you have 3 pieces of hair. You only need 2. So you're going to take your actual hair and 2 strands of the extension hair, and you're going to start to wrap the hair in the wrapping hand. You're going to see you're going to wrap that around the braid, the base. I wrapped it, I think it was 4 times. I wrapped and I used my thumb just to smooth out the hair, and when I felt like it was smooth and secure, I started to move down the length of my hair. I did this for a couple times, and then I decided I wanted to start distressing. Wherever you start distressing, that's up to you. You can do it at the root, you can do it further down, it's really up to you. So I did maybe about an inch and a half down. I used my thumb. Your thumb is what's going to create that distressed or butterfly look. So you're going to put your thumb under the hair to create a bubble. Now when you do this, make sure you're not wrapping as tightly as you were earlier, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to wrap around your thumb, and once you move your thumb, the hair is going to tighten back into place. So then you're not going to get that look that you're going for. So kind of loosen up on it a little bit, as you can see here. So it kind of creates a little bubble. Now don't worry, I know the bubble doesn't look very big, but don't worry, because this is curly hair, and just like your own natural hair, when it's stretched, it's straight, and when you let it go, it snaps back into its curly position. It's the same thing with this curly water wave hair that I used. Y'all feel me? Y'all with me still? Okay. When you're wrapping, make sure you try to keep the hair as close together as possible, because if you put too much space in between, you'll end up seeing your braids through the actual lock, and we don't want that. Okay, that's not what we're going for. So you're just going to continue all the way down until you get to the length that you want the lock. I wanted the lock about shoulder length, so I stopped at shoulder length, a little bit below shoulder length, because it's curly hair, so it's going to snap back. the hair around until you get to your desired length. Once you get there, you are then going to hold the hair at the end. Come on, girl, you move a little slow. There we go. So you reach the end of the lock. So now I want to end the lock, but I have all this extra hair. What am I going to do? You're going to take the hair, you're going to take your thumb, and you're going to use it to make a loop at the end of the hair. This is how you end the hair without having to burn the ends or having to put glue or anything, just so you just risk less damage to your natural hair. And you're just going to wrap the hair right back on up. Now you see why I said not to separate the hair all the way to the end, because with the curly hair, with it still being in its curly state together, it'll wrap a lot easier around the lock, as opposed to having a bunch of frizzy ends and trying to wrap that curly hair back together all around the lock. Child, I hope this makes sense. I put a lot of little notes and tidbits on the screen just in case if I'm verbally not making any sense. Okay, so you're just gonna wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap until you run out of hair, and that's it. That's it right there. That's it, I promise. That's the end of the process. That's all it takes. Now watch, when I let it go, it's gonna snap back. Boom. There go the distressed. There go the butterfly. There it is. Ooh, there it is. Ayy. So yeah, I went through and I just basically considered the entire process all over my head, and I'ma shut up and I'll be back when it's done. Okay. I know I said I was gonna be quiet, but y'all, I need to show y'all this bundle of hair that I got, this pack, the colored pack or whatever, the TP 130. Them things is a rip off. Let me show you why. You get 16 pieces, only 16 pieces. It's more expensive, and only 3 pieces of the actual hair in the pack are actually colored. Everything else is like 1B. Excuse me. Watch, y'all, look at this. I was so irritated. I was like, what in God's name? Y'all trifling, FREETRESS. Trifling. Okay, look at it. Just 3 pieces of hair. 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Whatever. Just 3. Childish. Y'all need to be slapped. Anyway, so I'm finished. This process actually, I don't know why I'm over here flipping my hair like I ain't got the good common sense God gave a Billy Goat. Girl, your hair is tight. Anyways, this process only really took me 3 hours. I was actually very surprised. It was pretty tight, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't feel heavy though, so I was happy about that. Just a bit tight at the root. I think I wrapped them a little too tight, but they loosened up after like 2 days. I laid my hair with this jam, did a little light beat, a little shine, and that's it. Period. It's been a week since I've had these, and they still out here in these streets. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate your time. You know I do. And I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. We trying to get to 1,000, y'all. So share with your mama, share with everybody. Okay, bye.